Yo, yo, get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Well, hello. What's going on, everybody? How you doing this Sunday afternoon? Man, it is raining like cats and dogs right now. It is crazy outside. Grab your buckets. Grab your umbrella. Try not to get wet. It is raining in Chicagoland, let me tell you. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day off. I know for me personally, it's a fantastic day because the Bears don't lose today. The Bears do not lose today. That is a wonderful day for me. We already got it out of the way for Thursday, and now it's out and done and over with. We can sit back, relax, hang out together, talk about the year in review for 2024. So grab your cup of coffee with Trax, and let's get caffeinated, baby, and let's reflect on Chicago sports in 2024. Welcome to the show, guys. Let's settle in and let's talk Chicago sports. And man, how's everybody doing today, by the way? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Who is in the building? What's up, Bruce? What's up, Aunt Mass? How you guys doing? Thanks for hanging out with me last night. That was a very fun show. Had a great time. Really good time with you guys. Never missed a moment. It was live. It was lit. It was a really good time. We got into a lot of detail. We got into a lot of action. So let's get into some action about all of Chicago sports. We're going to kick things off with Chicago Bears, though, okay? But right now, we know that 2024 was a rough year. But hey, we're Chicago fans. We've been through worse, right? What up, Big Rig? Big Rig is in the building. How you doing, buddy? Today, though, fans, it's all about you. Drop your thoughts in the chats as we cover everything from Caleb Williams' rookie season to the state of our teams in 2025. Let's dive in, okay? How do you guys think the year went? How do you guys think the year in Chicago went? Leave your likes, leave your comments, leave what you got to say. Let's hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. Do we have anything positive out there that we could talk about Chicago sports in this year in review? Anything at all whatsoever? How about let's talk about the Chicago Bears? Let's talk about Caleb Williams. What's your take on Caleb Williams, his rookie season? Did he meet your expectations? Did Caleb Williams meet your expectations as the first round overall draft pick? Did he do everything that you thought he could do? What's up, Joe Ryan? How you doing, buddy? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for leaving a comment. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this show. What's up, Life with Colin? What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Appreciate y'all. What's your take on Caleb Williams this rookie season? Did he meet your expectations? We're going to get to the Cubs in a little bit, bro. What's up, Destin? How you guys doing? You guys like the hat, the festive hat? I'm going to get caught up in all the comments on what you guys think of Caleb Williams, and then we'll move on. Have you met your expectations or what not? Thank you, Joe Ryan. Appreciate you, man. We're all one big community here. This is how we keep it moving, man. This is how we keep it moving. This is how we do shows. We hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Every time a show comes up, you can be about it, man. We got Tracks After Dark now. We got Coffee with Tracks. We got all kinds of shows throughout the week where our big group of guys, all my co-hosts, break it down Monday through Saturday. And then Sundays, we got Bears games. We're going to have a Bears game over at Wind Creek Casino. We're really excited with Jim Miller is my co-host. Former quarterback Jim Miller, he'll be my co-host. We're going to be calling the whole game, the pregame, the game, and the postgame show. That's right off of Halstead, an 80 in Homewood Flossmoor area. Come check us out, man, at the big, humongous freaking sports bar. It's really cool, man. Life with Kalen said he didn't, in my opinion. Munoz, what up, Munoz? Good to see you, buddy. Short turnaround, man, but I'm glad you jumped back into it. Yeah, it was hard for him to stay alive. I believe it. What's up, Cheryl? Love you, baby. Thanks for everything that you do. You're the best. Gregory Stevens in the building. The offensive line is trash. The Bears will never be good. Woo, man. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee to that one. Might have to spike it to that comment. That's a little bit unfestive there, but it's the truth. He's a realist. Gregory Stevens is a realist. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And Gregory, thanks for being a part of the show. We appreciate you. Ant Mass in the building. What up, Ant Mass? So, he did not meet your expectations, some of you. Some of you said that he did meet your expectations. Okay, what could he do better? What's one thing Caleb could do better? Because as of right now, I don't see him going away. What's one thing that you see that Caleb could do better to help out you have a better 2025 season and the Chicago Bears? Morning whiskey after that comment. Yeah, absolutely. What up, Munoz? Appreciate you, Munoz. Thanks for coming back. They had Jenkins' entire rookie contract to fix it. It never got fixed. Just wish Jenkins could stay healthy. That man's a beast. Should the Bears stick with him as a centerpiece or explore other options outside of, putting together an offensive line? Should they take an offensive line to protect this man? Do you think that'll help out? If they build an offensive line like they did the defensive backs in 22 when they went out and got Brisker and they went out and got Kyler Gordon and they shored up the defensive backfield, do you think that would help out Caleb Williams and the entire Chicago Bears on the offensive side of the ball? Do you think it would help us out? What are some of the moves that the Bears need to make in the offseason to build around Caleb? Do you think that we need to go out and get another receiver? Do you think we should go get a guy like T. Higgins? T. Higgins is potentially available. He went off last night. Oh, my goodness. And I had Chase on my team. He's been going off like crazy. He's been going off like a wedding dress like crazy this whole season. And now all of a sudden out of nowhere, T. Higgins goes off like 3 touchdowns, 300 yards or something like that. I mean, I'm falling way behind in that freaking fantasy football. Let me tell you, I'm in the championship, and because of that guy, do you think somebody like that, do you think we should bring them in or keep Keenan Allen, build an offensive line, go out and get Gentry, is that his name, in the first round? Should we draft a running back? What do you guys think we need to do? What up, Darius? Darius in the building. One of my favorite co-hosts of all time. Meaning Pete Carroll. Oh, what's up, Dave? You left a big comment here. Let's see what you got to say. Here's the thing. I think your former college coach of your favorite team would be a fit as our next head coach. He can actually get legit position coaches and possibly a training staff. That ain't worth 2 dead flies. Yeah, I agree. It would be good to get a guy to come in and do all that for sure. Richard Schaefer in the building. What's up, man? Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button, too, if you like what you're hearing. Thank you for commenting already. Keep the comments flowing, man. This is a very interactive show. We're going to hit you fast, man. We're going to hit you fast. We are caffeinated. Caffeinated with tracks, man. Grab your cup of Joe. Let's go. Stay warm and stay cozy and stay out of the rain. It's getting really wet outside. So, like I said, what do you think the Bears need to do in the offseason to build around Caleb? What do you guys think? Richard Schaefer says offensive guard, center, left tackle, defensive end, and wide receiver. I agree with you, Richard. I like all those positions for sure. Can we hit up the offensive line a couple times, maybe 2-3 times? I see Richard Schaefer seems to think so. He said guard, center, and left tackle. That's 3 times a charm for offensive line, meaning that you still got Darnell Wright doing it right, and he needs some help. Caleb needs some help. I like it, man. Joe Ryan, what's Ryan's says? Offensive line, they need to pay. They have the second cheapest in the NFL. Yes, they do, Joe. We unpacked that last night. You're 100% right, Joe. Very smart individual. Darius thinks a running back. I agree with Darius. We do need a running back. We need a running back to get the check downs. We need a running back to get the ball all the time. I mean, just like the Detroit Lions do. It's a copycat league. It makes us look very smart, even though we're not so smart. All we do is we look at the Detroit Lions and say, let's go copy what they do. Let's go draft a guy in the first round. Who else has done that and been successful like the Detroit Lions, okay? So right now, that's what we need to do. We need to focus on whatever Detroit does and be Detroit. Chicago needs to be Detroit. That's what Darius is saying right here. Go out and get a running back. I agree with Darius wholeheartedly. Forget the rest of the draft. Take care of the running back. Make sure that it happens. That's what Darius is saying here. Steve-O, what up, Steve-O? A man at head coach. I agree with you, Steve-O. Make sure you subscribe, Steve-O. Appreciate you, bro. And hit that like button if you like what you're hearing. If you don't, be about it. Tell about it. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Tell everybody what's going on here in the building. Draft guards and center so they can run the ball. Just getting a running back won't help. I agree, Gregory. I was being a little facetious there. I think it starts with the O-line. It always starts with the trenches. That's why they're in the front and the running back and quarterback's in the back. I agree with you, Gregory, but you got to have a scheme, right? If the scheme ain't scheming, we're just dreaming, and nothing's going to happen when we just run to run. We need to put a guy in position. Is he a north-south? Is he a shifty guy? Is he a one-cut guy? What is he? Is he a power back? Let's use his strengths. Let's not go against these strengths, okay? If he's a bulldoze type guy, we need to run him up the gut. We need to hit him in the A gap, the B gap, the 1s and the 2s, not the 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6. Keep it on the inside. Complete opposite if you have a guy like Swift. Or if you got a guy that's running a jet sweep, don't run it up the middle. Run it up to the outsides, those type of things. You know what I mean? Munoz says, new owner. Get a new owner. Get a new owner. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Let's get a new owner. I agree with that. We need a new owner. Sell the freaking team. Who would be a good mogul? Would you like a mogul, or would you like a guy that has football experience, that knows football, that's like Jerry Jones? I feel like he thinks that he's got football experience and he knows stuff, and he kind of gets his nose in there a little bit too much. Could that be potentially a hazard there if you got a guy that thinks he knows but he don't know? And why would a guy that's a mogul invest in an NFL team when there's better investments out there for real? Not to say it's a worse investment. It's actually a quite good investment, but to the point of, do we want him to know something about football? How would that look? Would you want a fan or somebody like that, or a former player, or potentially split owners? Like, how would that look? What do you guys think? What about Pace? Pace? What Pace? Ryan Pace? Ryan Pace down in Atlanta that we shipped away? Are you talking about that Pace? Don't know how you keep him, Pace. He doesn't have 1 Pro Bowl. What's he talking about? Well, we're talking about owners, bro. What's going on here? Uh, all right. Anyways, appreciate you, Joe. Um, so those are the moves, man. Those are the moves that we need to do to build around Caleb. You know, get an offensive line, get him a running back. We've already addressed receiver, but potentially we might have to pivot off of Keenan Allen if he doesn't give us a friendly deal. You know, something like that. Go out and get a running back. Now we've got another complementary offensive piece. Hopefully that works out. Um, I want to see a couple big guards drafted that can move people. I agree, Gregory. Let's move people for sure. We want some big dozers in there, don't we, Gregory? For sure. But what about the coaching drama? Let's talk about the coaching drama next. Was firing Matt Eberflus midseason the right call, or do you guys think it's a wrong call? I mean, quite honestly, I wanted to get him out of the building fast in the word of God even last year. But he was the only guy that could call a defensive freaking play call up until this week. I will say, they game planned really well this week against Seattle, for sure. That team looked good. Yeah. Okay. Poles needs to get some high-dollar offensive line players. Quit playing scared. I agree, man. Quit being scared about getting some offensive linemen. We already saw what you did with Darnell Wright. You weren't wrong. You got a really good guy that only offers up 4.8% pressures when there is a run blitz, run pressure towards him. The average in the league is 25 to 30%. He's at 4.8%. That's his clip. Last year as a rookie, he gave up 8%, which seems a little high when you're 4.8%. But when you look at the entire league and they're giving up 25 to 30%, that's pretty damn good. Can we find a guy at the left that does what the right does? Take care of the bookends, and like you guys are saying in the chat, grab some interior linemen too. You know what I mean? Let's just get it over with. Why put so much pressure on going outside and not focusing on what the deficit is? Take care of the deficit and take care of all those ticky-tacky things that you want next year, okay? All right? Quit being so hard-headed, all right? Sometimes vet centers work out. Some of them are freaking injured. They're in the 30s, 40s, Jason Peters type guys that are freaking sitting on the couch fishing and stuff. Got to be very careful about those centers. They've got some back issues. They've got some knee issues. They've had some surgeries. When you look at premium offensive linemen, very few of them fall between the cracks. They want to protect their largest, important, most freaking highest price tag person, which is the quarterback. They want to protect them from mayhem. That's going out to the freaking lowest parts of your neighborhood in the surrounding area and paying $39 a month for insurance when you just bought a Bugatti. Come on, man. Come on. Go get your insurance. Protect your guy from mayhem. Rico Dowdle is in the red zone. Come on, Rico. I need you to do something for me on fantasy football. All right. Look at the Bears spent money on Nate Davis. This team is doomed. Yes. Nate, that ain't so great. That was some money. That wasn't a lot of money, though. If you pay attention and you look to what the entire NFL is doing, they are going out and drafting guys like Pittsburgh. They went out and got two offensive linemen, and this year it showed really well. Didn't matter who they put behind center. Didn't matter who ran the ball. They did really good with Arthur Smith and company. Very good team this year. Did great. Take care of your real estate. Take care of your land. Take care of your property. Go grab some offensive line. Let's not beat this up too much. We've got a lot to discuss, guys. Was firing Matt Eberflus back on topic, please? Was firing Matt Eberflus midseason the right call? Do you guys think so? You guys think firing Matt Eberflus was the right call midseason? How does Ryan Pohl keep his job? I'll tell you how Ryan Pohl keeps his job. DJ Moore and all the guys are saying give Ryan Poles a chance. They're saying all the times that he's hit versus all the times that he didn't. He's essentially like a rookie freaking GM. He got stuck with Matt Eberflus. They made him pick between three guys and said, pick one of these guys. He had to be a yes man when he first got here, although he wasn't entirely, because he went out and got Ian Cunningham, and they spent money on that guy. He said he wanted an assistant GM, and he got an assistant GM. And the first time in the history of ever, he went out and got himself an assistant GM. Now they've got Kevin Warren, who actually understands football as a president, unlike Phillips. Phillips did not understand football at all. He understood money, and that was it. Kevin Warren knows about football. Ryan Poles knows about football. Maybe we get ourselves a veteran freaking head coach that can help freaking Ryan Poles out the same way Andy Reid helps out his GM and it helps out his head coach and helps out his offensive coordinator. Maybe we can get one of those guys that can help out their GM. It's all about everybody helping each other out. It's not about singling one guy out and saying, shame on you, you're doing a terrible job. You're a terrible human being. You've only had 3 years, and look at the freaking dumpster fire that was left you from Ryan Pace and the freaking ridiculous price tags that were on some of these guys that were aging all-stars, okay? Some guys that could barely do anything after they left our Bears, okay? And then they went out and got guys like TJ Edwards and a couple other freaking – I like how they grab like 3 linebackers for the price of one Raquan Smith. I like Raquan Smith, but I like what they did. They maximized what they've got. There are some things that were really good here, okay? It takes a lot. It takes an army for this stuff to happen. You can't just hang it all on the head of Ryan Poles. We knew it was a 5-year rebuild project. The first year was a wash. He had to take freaking player capital and turn it into draft capital. Then the second year, we had to go ahead, and that was all pretty much defense second year. Third year, you finally went out and got your offense, right? But you only had 4 draft picks, okay? You had 4 draft picks. You landed your quarterback, you landed a receiver, you landed a punter, and you got Booker, okay? Austin Booker. I like those picks, okay? Those are good, solid picks. Not really big on Karan Amagaji. Not really big on him. I think you need to hit early in the draft like you did with Darnell Wright and make it right. Get a guy in the first round that everybody's talking about. Ask somebody like whoever it is that you like that is a veteran quarterback, or a veteran head coach. Not a guy that we're taking a chance on. We already took a chance with quite a few coordinators, right? Get a guy that's experienced. Get a guy that knows what the hell he's doing. Get him in there so he can talk to Poles. And Ian Cunningham. They can get together as a collaborative team and talk about what they're going to do. That's a smart thing to do. Don't pile it all on one freaking guy, okay? That's what I'm saying. No way you keep Poles. Hey, I can't keep Poles. You can't keep Poles. Do they keep Poles? I don't know. He's only been here 3 years. Just saying. We're talking about firing Matt Eberflus midseason. Was it the right call? Was firing Matt Eberflus the right call? Joshua Creek, what's up, buddy? Hey, thanks for checking in from Alaska. I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, Joshua. What's the weather out there? You're probably going to tell me Celsius. We're Fahrenheit over here. I hope you can tell me what the Fahrenheit temperature is over there in Alaska. I don't know if you're seeing the sun. It's very gloomy, doomy here. It's raining a lot. Again, we're talking about Poles. We had a coaching drama. The title is coaching drama. Let's try to stay on topic, guys, so we can get through this. This is a little bit more dysfunctional than the Chicago Bears, guys. Was firing Matt Eberflus midseason the right call? Yes or no? Yes or no? Was it the right call? I don't know if it was. I was freaking adamant about it. I didn't want him last year. Was it the right call to fire him midseason? Was the right call last year, but Beard too late. Bears bared too late. Okay. Definitely was the right call. Okay, good. All right, let's move on. Thank God. Sorry about beating that one topic up. I just couldn't get it in the chat. I love to give you guys as much information in the chat. I want to cross with you guys, but I'm trying to stay on topic so we can get through this. You know what I mean? I know you guys want to watch some football. Okay. I got a little festive with you guys. Okay. I pulled out the hat. I kept forgetting to bring it out here. I got it all lit up. I don't know if it's a distraction or if it's blurry. I'll turn the lights off if you guys want. Let me know. And I got my trusty, one of my famous lids, Chicago Bears hats too. So, anyways, appreciate you guys. Do you have any confidence in Thomas Brown moving forward? Do you guys have any confidence in Thomas Brown moving forward at all? Whether it be a head coach, an OC, passing game coordinator, running back coach, any of that. What do you guys think? Do you have any confidence in that man whatsoever? I will go on record and say again, I sound like a broken record. I was wrong about him. He said a lot of good things. He made me feel right. He looked right. He checked the boxes. But there's one thing that he didn't have, and that was head coaching experience, especially in this tumultuous situation. Keep that in mind when you keep pounding the table. When you keep pounding the table for a guy that's never had head coach experience, what could Brown do for you? What could Ben Johnson do for you? What could they do? Could they be overfilled and too stressed out about this fractured freaking foundation that we're on? This is a lot bigger than one side of the ball. This is a lot bigger than the offense, the defense, the special teams. Do you think that you have any confidence left in Thomas Brown moving forward? Maybe as a position coach, some guy gave him a little bit of credit. Everybody else, Munoz, Skip Johnson, shout out to you, Skip. Appreciate you, buddy. We don't have confidence except one guy, and he's saying maybe as a positional guy. Richard Schaefer's in the building. What up, Schaef dog? For the Caleb haters, here are his stats so far. 61.9 yards, 3,393 rating, 87.4 so far. That is what all the drama the Bears are having on our QB. Ant Mass says no, Brown is gone. If Ant Mass says Brown is gone, man. What could Brown do for you? He could take himself and grab the Shoelace Express and beat feet and get out of town, Brown. All right. Or maybe keep him as an OC with this regime. All right, let's stay on topic. Here we go. Who would be your dream head coach for the Bears if things don't improve? Who do you guys want to see? Who's your dream head coach? Who's out there that you want to see be the dream head coach? I'm pretty sure most dream head coaches already have jobs and are doing very well. So, based on that, based on the free agency type coaches that have been fired, that have been let go, or coordinators that we're going to give them their first chance in the history of ever, and probably still will land a job even if they fail, because the Chicago Bears might make them fail. Doesn't matter if they do good here or not. They'll still get a free pass because they came to dysfunctional Chicago Bears to get a little experience. All right. Based on points, yeah, Zach's talking off topic, but I appreciate you, Zach. Skip Johnson wants Olin. Skip Johnson wants Olin as head coach. I wouldn't be mad with that. All right, off topic again, no problem. Yeah, so I think Olin is a good choice. Anybody else out there? Do you guys think we could try to snag a head coach from somebody else? Would it take draft capital? What do you guys see out there? What do you guys want? Is there any free agent head coaches out there? Anybody out there that stands out that you want to give a shot to? Joe Ryan says, sorry, Schaefer, 1 second, please. Joe Ryan says, hire Gruden. There's an interesting take. Amongst the racial slurs that he did on the emails, could we move past that? Could the players look past that? Could the ownership look past that? Could the president look past that? Could the fans look past that? I don't know. Is he a good coach? Yes. Did he do well with the Raiders? I don't know. It seems like everything that he was doing, they undid after he left. But, I mean, that happens everywhere when there's a dumpster fire, right? So he might be worth something. Darius says give him Vrabel. It's Vrabel or nothing. Dave Rigdon says Shanahan. Rich Schaefer says trade for Sean McVay. Wow, I like that, Sean McVay. If we could trade, what would the trade look like? What do you guys think it would take to land a guy like Sean McVay, guys? What do you guys think? What's it going to take to get a Sean McVay type guy? No, great Gruden. He's an ex-Packer coach. Hey, there is something to look at. Do we want an ex-Packer coach? How have they helped us out so far? Do they have a little mischievous in them where they're just going to collect cash and make us look stupid and then take their money and run and go play somewhere else? Is there something about that, or are they going to be professionals and come here and stick it to the old, green and gold? What's going to happen? All right. How about the ownership, guys? How about the ownership woes? How do you feel about the McCaskies after another losing season? Should they sell the team? Do you guys think the McCaskies should sell the team? And if they should sell the team, who do you think would be a good owner? I want both parts. I don't just want the easy, yes, sell the team. Everybody's saying that. Everybody's on that bus. Who do you think should freaking buy the team if we sell, if the McCaskies do sell? If you were standing in front of them right now in the court of law or in the court of freaking Hallis Hall and you said sell the team, they listen, you said, yes, okay, sure thing. Who would they sell to? Who would they sell to? Yeah, the easy pick is sell the team. The hard pick is to who? Who do you want as an owner? You guys want a mogul? Do you want an ex-player? Do you want somebody that has money? Do you want joint ownership? Do you want a type of ownership like the Packers do? Should we have that where we're all owners here? If you've got money. If any of you guys got money in order to buy this team, do you guys want to do it that way? What do you guys want to do that? Bezos or Elon? Do you think Bezos or Elon even like sports? Do they like football? Do they like Chicago? Are they like, is there some sort of like do they have a problem with Chicago area because of the demographic as far as like the party of, who they support, whether it be Democrat or Republican? Do you think guys that are multi-billionaires, the richest in the world, do you think they hold it against a city like Chicago if they're Democrat or something like that? Are they even interested in football? I know they're interested in money, but yeah, is that the way to go? Do you think these guys are even thinking about it? Sell it to Jordan. Oh, I like that. That'd be cool. Maybe he does as good as he did with Charlotte. Maybe he'll do good with with that. Didn't you see Elon at the Tyson and MMA? Okay, so we're talking about MMA, which was not even a real fight. Okay, this was an exhibition fight, and it doesn't have nothing to do with football at all. What do you think? WWE is freaking a real sport too, Judah? Do you want me to tell you that Santa Claus isn't real, Judah? Come on, man. Let's stay on topic here, okay? Anybody, let's talk about it. Anyone dealing with one person and not the entire McCaskey family would help. I agree with you, Gregory. That is the most logical answer I've seen in the chat so far. I appreciate it. All right. If the Bears don't improve in 2025, how should fans make their voice be heard? If the Bears don't improve in 2025, how should fans make their voices be heard? What happens when Virginia dies? That's a great question. Yeah, I don't even know. Skip Johnson, I like how you're back on topic, bro. Boycott. Yes, I agree. I agree. Boycott. That would be. But how do we do that, Skip? How do we still with the players? Think about how we could respect the players, help the players out, show support for the players, but still stick it to ownership by boycotting them. How do you do that? Do you think they would understand? Well, I'll tell you what. Here's an interesting thing. Well, back when COVID hit, they found out that was like what 82% of all sales. They found out like 82% of all sales were from TV sales. That only 18% of it was of the revenue was from ticket sales. That's how much they are counting on the us showing up to the games. So while it would put a dent in them, it's not that big of a dent as long as they have. So we'd have to stop watching TV too. Could we do that? Could we all stop watching the Bears? Seriously, you'd still want to support the players, right? Because the players are not the owners, They're still out there putting out a product. They're still out there. How do you support them? How do you support the players that actually give a shit, that are playing hard, you know what I mean? But still stick it to the owners. Would they understand? How long would this last? How long would this strike last? How long would it last to you guys? What do you guys think? Don't buy the merchant concessions. Yeah, that's another percentage too. I mean, if you're not at the game, you're not buying the concessions, right? Or you're saying go to the game and not buy concessions. I'm sure the concessions are even a smaller percentage of what happens, as far as revenue goes, but it still would somewhat hit them as long as you're showing up to the games. But then again, you're hitting all the people that are counting on that, you know what I mean? That are counting on that sort of income and stuff. It's a loaded question, especially during the holidays. But I agree with you guys. We need to do something about it. We need to do some sort of, boycotting. I agree with you. Let's stand up, fight back. Make homemade gear. I like that. That's good. You guys are getting some really good questions out there for sure. Stop watching and going to games would be the biggest way without violence. Picket the McCaskey Mansion. Whoa! Wow. Now that would take some gumption for sure. Don't buy Bear logo products. Okay. All right, Schaefer. I see you. You guys got a lot of good got a lot of good comments, got a lot of good suggestions. Got over 100 in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Appreciate you guys. 111 to be exact. Across all platforms. You guys are awesome, man. Doing a great job. Hey, let's see a little bit of chat engagement here with Caleb Williams, okay? Drop your grade for Caleb Williams, Rookie of the Year. A, B, C, D, or F. What do you guys think? A, B, C, D, or F for your grade for Caleb Williams. And I'd like to know how you are grading and what it is that you use to grade. A, B, C, D, or F. And then I'd like to predict the Bears' 2025 record. Optimism or more of the same? Are you guys optimistic about 2025, or do you think it's going to be more of the same? Dave gives him a solid B+. Dave, why did you give him a solid B+? What is it about him that made you give him a solid B+, Dave? I'd like to know. Please tell us. Not saying you're wrong. I'm just asking why. Munoz gives him a B. Okay, there's some good numbers here. Darius gives him a C. Darius never been a big fan of Caleb, so for him to put out a C, that's pretty good. B, and if he had a good old line, an A. I agree with you, Skip Johnson. That's actually across all platforms. This was actually used. This is not my question. This is not my chat engagement. I actually piggybacked off somebody else. I thought it was good, so I made it mine. That's what everybody's saying. B with a solid line A. I agree. Maybe some coaching too. What do you say about that, Skip? You think coaching would have a little bit to do with it, Skip? Maybe some coaching, some some management there, some something to do to help a rookie QB out. What about also if you look at if you look at the entire body of work, name one player that has been successful in the playoffs. I can't think of one that's had a postseason victory. I can't think of one. One guy. Who knows what it's like to win? Who's been in winning experience? Who's a coach that's had winning experience? Is there anybody out there besides Thomas Brown? And we saw what he did, But he was just a helper and a very big lot of greatness with the Rams. All right. Gregory Stevens says A- is good for a rookie. Solid numbers. He isn't the problem. Well, I do think he is part of the problem. I think there's a lot of blame to go around. I do think he's part of the problem, but he is not the problem. I think he needs a good offensive line. I think he needs good coaching. I think he needs a good mentor for a rookie to put that all on his back. Name one player that could show him how to win. Name one guy who has won a playoff. You know, like I said, he's given up too many sacks. If you saw the bracket that I put up, the graph chart, it's right around 37% of the time he's been liable for sacks and lost yards and stuff because of him scrambling and doing too much, not getting rid of the ball. The rest is the offensive line, who somebody brought up earlier is the second cheapest offensive line in the NFL right now. The stats don't lie. You might, but the stats don't lie. And that also goes into drafting capital and also money capital collectively. Yeah, I agree too, Skip. Some good coaching. C, too many sacks. You can hang it all on the O-line. Yeah. Okay. I agree. C. You guys feeling optimistic about the 2025 record? Or do you guys feel like it's some of the same? I tell you what, I feel good as long as we get a good head coach. If we take care of the offensive line, if we go out and get Darius's dang running back that he has to have, that probably will get injured in the first week or even the preseason, and now we didn't address and take care of our quarterback, so that's probably what's going to happen, because that's what happens to a lot of running backs, and that's why they've decided to go ahead and lessen the value of it and go heavy as the receivers and go heavy as the quarterback and all that kind of stuff. And this is a passing league, so running backs are important, but they're more like a utility knife. And if one goes down, you got to have plenty of complementary running backs like the Eagles have, like the Baltimore Ravens have, like the Niners have. They all have 4, 5, 6 freaking running backs, man. It's crazy. They just go out and they go grab those freaking running backs. They grab a lot of them, and then you see guys that go out, man. It's just bad. Remember when Saquon went out a couple years ago? This is his highlight year, but let's be honest. He's had some bad years. He had a bad year where he got really injured and beat up. We didn't know if he was going to be the same. And that was part of the reason why he didn't get traded right away. And it was kind of like worried about that price tag and all that kind of stuff, and the fact that he has been injury prone in the past. I mean, you got to look at it. You got to look at those type of things. You got to look and take that all into consideration. What about the running back that was drafted first over with the Detroit Lions, and then he had some behavioral issues? I really think if Montgomery was not injured, that the Detroit Lions, and they have the record of most freaking injured people in the history of ever, would definitely take into consideration, instead of just one play, disciplining him by disciplining him a lot more, those type of things. You got to take into consideration. And that's just an isolated situation. I'm just saying discipline can happen, injury can happen, a lot can happen. Don't put it all on one guy, especially being a running back. You know what I mean? Saying we do need a running back, but we need multiple running backs right now. We need to address elephant in the room and take care of the offensive line. It's kind of like when people argue against themselves and they say that getting the punter was a bad thing. Well, we use the punter a lot. He has most net yards on the freaking Bears. But to the point of, okay, those are empty calories because we could use that somewhere else, right? What if we have a really good running back? He gets injured, whatever. You know what I mean? Look at it that way, man. There's the yin and the yang to everything, A good Green Bay coach to tell him to get rid of the ball quickly. Is that Green Bay? Maybe that's not Green Bay. Oh, QB. 9-8 or 10-7, depending on Caleb stays clean in the pocket. You think that's enough to get it done on NFC North? Or do you think that we're so far back that we don't even look at the North or leading the North, And if they're going to draft a back, get one that'll run tackle to tackle and use Swift as a third down back. If you want a quick release, put Badgett in a starter. I don't want a quick release all the time. And I haven't seen enough repetitions leading to retention that would prove to me that Badgett is a starter. He came in like 2 games, So yeah, I don't see enough of that. Saw Caleb win 4 this year, and he was the in the record of the history books of starting every game for 16 games consistent, going on week 17. And as much as the sacks as he's given up and the offensive line has given up, it's still 67 sacks, and the guy's standing upright, and he's freaking doing it at a high pace. With the right coach, 11 games. So basically, Darius is telling us that if we don't get Mike Vrabel, we're going to lose way more games. We have to get Mike Vrabel, or we're not going to win 11 games. Here is something I saw. The game was Warren and Pohl sat in the different skyboxes, not the normal. Yeah. A true stud offensive lineman would too. I thought a true stud receiver and multiple receivers would help Caleb, but that was not the case. For sure. I agree with you guys. There is something I saw different. It was Warren and Pohl sat in different skyboxes, not the normal. Are you saying, Richard, that they normally sit in the same skyboxes? So I sit in the press box, and I noticed that they move around a lot, and they go from skybox to skybox. I know with a camera lens being there for maybe 20 seconds, we might read into the tea leaves a little bit, but I do see them, talking and whatnot. I've been on the sideline. I've been in the locker room, the press conference, and I've also been into the press box, and I do see them together a lot. But that might be one time that they weren't there together. You know what I mean? It's like taking a picture. You're walking past a squat rack and a girl's right there. And now all of a sudden, what are you doing? You dating her? Send that to your nah, I don't know. But anyways, Richard says yes. What's up, Richard? All right, segment 2, Chicago White Sox, a season of infamy, the 120-loss season. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail that I used for YouTube and also for Facebook. But if you guys see that was actually the White Sox were the ones that actually have the bags over their heads before our Chicago Bears did. Sell the team, you know what I mean? Southside slumpers, 121 loss season. Unbelievable. We're talking about Chicago sports as a whole, guys. This affects, I believe, calculatively, this affects all of the sports in Chicago. Remember when Jordan was good? It almost seemed like the other teams were good too. What about the 84 Cubs? What about the freaking the Bears in the 85 and the 85 Cubs? And what about freaking the Bulls? Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like when a team gets together and does really good, the rest do good. Is that possible? Is that possible? Can the White Sox turn this thing around from a 121 loss season? Was 2024 rock bottom for the Sox, or is there still room to fall? Do you guys think that they could fall below 121 losses? Is that possible? What was the reaction to Will Villanable being named manager? Good hire or another disaster? What do you guys think? You guys think that that's going to be another disaster? I've talked to some Sox fans, and they are not happy at all. They are not happy at all about the Will the Thrill or not so thrill hiring. What about ownership, man? I agree. We do lose a lot. We do lose a lot, man. Ownership. What about ownership? Should Jerry Reinsdorf finally sell the team? If not, what's next for the Sox under his ownership? Needs to buy the Bears. I'm not saying that you're not wrong, Joe. I'm not saying that you're not wrong. But just because that he is Jordan doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? So I do see what he did with the NASCAR. He did pretty good, right? He got himself on the right team for sure. Is NASCAR a sport? I need to check with that guy that thinks MMA is real. The exhibition stuff, and WWE wrestling. What would you do to turn this franchise around, the Sox? What would one thing to do to turn the franchise around? Do you guys think that Jordan would be a good buy for the Sox? Do you think somebody else that would buy the Sox? Who do you think should buy the Sox. Make sure it's not somebody that could buy the Bears because we need that too. You know what I mean? Oh, breaking news, Bruce. Thanks for the news. Here we go. Breaking news. Chicago Cubs just acquire first baseman today, the Miami Marlins, Vidal Brujan, for Matt Mervis. Well, not sure what's going on with that. Was there cash consideration? Was there draft picks, or was it just straight up? Because it was just straight up, I feel like we've already lost. Richard Safer says, I haven't watched the Sox in a while, but again, the team needs to be sold to a new owner. I agree. The fan frustration is unreal, guys. Sox fans openly rooted for losses to hit 121 wins. Could you imagine rooting for your own team to do bad? That's like rooting for Caleb to do bad because you want to put Badgett in. At the end of the day, you're a Chicago Bears fan. At the end of the day, you're a Chicago Sox fan. Do you really want to hit that 121 mark? Why would you want to? There's a little bit of soul searching there. Maybe it's because you want ownership and the whole top brass to be held accountable, and they have to make a huge about-face difference. Is that what it is? I hope so. I hope it's not a terrorist attack. Can you see yourself investing emotionally in this team in 2025? What's the craziest trade idea to help the Sox rebuild? What do you guys think? What's the craziest trade idea to help the Sox rebuild? Let's also predict how many games the Sox would win in 2025, fellas. Yeah, I agree, Schaefer. The Sox have not been good in a while. They have not been good in a long while, for sure, brother. I agree. All right, let's get in on to segment 3 about Chicago Cubs. Same old story, postseason drought. How do you feel about the Cubs missing the playoffs for the 4th straight year? The 4th straight year the Cubs have missed playoffs once again. That would be cool, Richard. I agree. I hope before you die and I do too, or anybody else that's been a longtime fan out there, that there's a World Series. That'd be great for sure, Richard. Curious how old Richard is. Is it time to question Jet owner's leadership, or does he deserve more time? I think it's time to question him. I'm not a big fan of Jet Hoyer. I'll be the first to admit it right now. My Uncle Jack Hyatt, well, my name is Brandon Hyatt. My Uncle Jack Hyatt, he played for the Cubs. He's a catcher, born into this game. Love the Cubs, and I'll tell you what, not a fan of Jet Hoyer. I'm not a yes man. Not a fan of him at all. And you know what? And maybe that wasn't the trade that we're looking for, but it shows that we're doing something right with that Vidal Brujan for Matt Mervis. What about the Cody Bellinger deal? Was the Bellinger signing worth it, or a complete bust? Or I should say trade thereafter, the trade for Bellinger. What do you guys think about that? Was that a trade or a bust? I think that they were just trying to offload cash, but I think that they could have done it a different way. I think we could have got more. Maybe less cash and more of a player. What do you guys think? I thought we could have did better for sure. 61, not bragging. I'm 47, brother. What's the biggest need for the Cubs heading into 2025 right now? Skip, what's up, buddy? 77. Shout out to Skip, man. That's the year I was born, bro. Not bragging about that either, because I ran into kids about 20 years ago at football games around the local area, high school football games, and they said, "Excuse me, sir." That's when I knew that I was not young anymore. Maybe young to you, but not young to the people that I bumped into. Respectful kids, though, for sure. You probably still call me a kid because of my age versus your age, but shout out to you, man. I respect you, man. And by the way, I am not an ageist. I still think Pete Carroll would rock in Chicago Bear freaking orange and navy blue, man. I think he would be a great guy to consider. Not saying he's the ultimate hire, but let's take a look at the fact that he's won 10 freaking playoffs. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and 1 Natty. He's had a lot of Pro Bowlers. all the way from New England, all the way to Seattle. Did really great with USC. Just saying, take a look at him. He looks a lot more healthier at 72 after he was parasailing last week in Aruba with his family than cheeseburger eating, Andy Reid at 66. Just saying. I got to ask you guys something. Dumping salary for sure. Dumping salary for sure. Are rising ticket prices justified when the team isn't competing? I don't think so. I think you should lower the ticket prices for sure. You definitely don't need to raise ticket prices at all whatsoever. You're going to make money regardless, What about that guy? Here's who I would like to bring in. That guy that sells Arizona tea, who hasn't raised prices in forever. Let's bring in that guy. He would be a fan favorite. Keep the prices low so everybody could go, bring their kids, spend money, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're not winning. Raise it up a little bit more. When the times are good, but when the times are bad, let's fluctuate it, man. Why not? They do it with gasoline. The same stuff. I don't understand that with gasoline, Skip. I don't understand it, Schaefer. How is the same stuff that's in the ground yesterday go up sky high $1 or more the next day and drop up and down? The same stuff, man. It didn't get no better. It didn't get no worse. It's the same stuff. Based on wins or losses. Why not? Why not fluctuate, man? Come on, let's hit the bargain rack occasionally. What the hell? How do you guys stay invested when the team keeps falling short? Cubs, Sox, Bears, what do you guys do? I know you guys are diehards like us, Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you diehards. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining the show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all know what to do. Leave a good review. I appreciate you for sure. Let us know how we can get better. There's something that we need to address. Let's address it, man. This is your guys' show, man. This is your platform. We're just the conduit to freaking bring you, to get your voice out there to be heard, man. For real. How do you guys stay invested when the teams keeps falling short? Doesn't make any sense, does it, Skip? Not at all whatsoever. Does not make any sense at all. Just trying to share our podcast out to a couple other areas that watch us, that are in Facebook while I'm talking to you guys, waiting for some of the comments to get through, wait for you guys to all get caught up for sure. All right, so let's move on. Joe Ryan says draft picks. That's what keeps him going, is draft picks. I agree, man. It's almost time to break down the draft picks. I usually wait till the last week of the season, towards the end of the last week of the season. Then I get into draft. We'll do mock drafts. We'll have a good time. We'll do Q&A. We'll get it all in there. Who do you guys want? We'll all collectively get together. I'll take down everybody, and I'll look and I'll say, okay, there's 5 or 6 guys want an offensive lineman, or there's one guy that wants a running back. Let's go get, whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what we do, man. It's a good time. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be a part of those shows. Again, we have guys on like Urlacher. He was on last month. Jerry Azuma was on about a week ago. We had Jerry Azuma on twice. We've had a lot of guys. We're getting ready to have Patrick Manley, Lance Briggs, a lot of good guys, man. We've had a lot of good players, man. Good times, good times. A lot of 85 Bears. We've got Jimmy Mack on here. Yep, for sure. We've had Olin on. He's been on. Draft picks and a lot of bourbon. I agree with that bourbon, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Pick one player the Cubs must sign or trade for this offseason. If there's one guy that you guys know that could help the Cubs out, maybe even the Sox, what's one player that could help out these teams? One player that could make a change in this franchise. And also, do you think that these ownerships should face more accountability? Yes or no? Do you think that they should get called out on the carpet? Do you think that this should be a thing now? Do you think that they shouldn't be hiding behind the curtain? Do you think that we should definitely be the change and make the change? Do you think that our voices should be heard now that we can actually use freaking social media for good like we are here today. Skip Johnson said yes. Okay. Yep. I think they should be held accountable for sure. Yep. So somebody kept bringing up the Chicago Bulls great Michael Jordan, the GOAT of all times, greatest of all times. Let's get into Chicago Bulls. Let's break it down for a little bit, okay? Then we'll get back to Chicago Bears. But let's get through all the sports, man. Appreciate you guys. We got the Blackhawks in here too. Put them in a dunk tank. Put them in a dunk tank. I love that. That's good, bro. I love that. Even Virginia at the ripe age of 105, and January 5th is her birthday. She'll be 106. Where do the Bulls go from here? Post-Caruso era. Was trading Alex Caruso the right move or a big mistake? I personally like Alex Caruso. I like his blue-collar mentality. He's a grabber. He's a snatcher. He plays really good defense. It seems like he was always playing like he was a baller, man. He was going all out all the time. I really like that guy. Not saying he's the best, NBA player out there, but I like that old school type of, feistiness about him, man. He was a worker, man. Who should the Bulls build around moving forward? What about Lonzo Ball, man? Often injured. He came back. He's looking all right. Then he gets injured again. I mean, is this it for him? Or do you think that, we could build around that guy? Because once he was healthy, man, he looked really good. He was a distributor to everybody. He really made everybody look better, How do the Bulls fix their ongoing injury issue, man? It seems like guys are always injured all the time. Patrick Williams, all these guys. What about freaking this fatigue management and all this kind of stuff? Do you guys believe in that stuff? Or do you think that these guys are just playing too soft and they need to get in there and battle through, hurts and bruises and all this kinds of stuff? Are they injuries or are they hurts, What about the leadership? Should Arturas Karnisovas keep his job as VP of basketball operations, or do you think they should can him? Do you think they should move on from him? What's one bold move to make to shake up the Bulls roster? Skip does not like basketball or soccer. Gotcha. I like soccer because my son plays it. So he's 8 years old. He likes the fake wrestling, WWE. He likes soccer. So whatever he likes, I like. It's not my favorite cup of tea, by the way, but I like what he likes, man. For sure. Didn't know people even watch the NBA anymore. Yeah, they do, Joe. They do. Not as much as the NFL. There was a stat on Christmas. It was ridiculous. It was absurd. I think 20 million more people watched the freaking NFL games than they did the NBA games during Christmas. That'll tell you right there what's going on. All right. Well, I think the Bulls win total next season. I think they'll break 500. Not sure who I'd like as a free agent. A lot of the guys right now that I'd like probably are going to be re-signed with their current team, and it would take a lot to get them. I think you got to build out of the draft in terms of the Bulls, and I hope they can do a good job and they find somebody that's worthy of picking drafts. So that's what I've got. Let's move on to the next segment, Chicago Blackhawks. Hope or hype? How about the CHSN controversy? How has the CHN broadcasting debacle affected your ability to follow the Blackhawks? I mean, seriously, networking at its worst, right? This is ridiculous, man. Everything was fine until this broadcasting took over. And that's why I like our podcasting. Right now, the way it is, we could watch things together as a group. We don't have any problems with that. It's free. No worries about that. It's complimentary. I love how we do things. Really bothers me that people can't watch sports because of all this stuff going on the Marquee Network and the Cubs. And then over there, you've got some stuff with Amazon and Apple TV and NFL and now CHSN with the Sox. They just had 121 freaking losses, man. The CHN broadcasting with Blackhawks too. They're not even really a good product right now. They got Connor Bedard. That's it. Come on. How do you think Comcast will finally come to an agreement, or will fans be left in the dark again? What about the future stars? Which young players would you give up for the future? Do you have any hope for any of the young guys? I got hope in Connor Bedard. He doesn't look nearly as good as he did his first year. I don't know what's happening with the sophomore slump, but I hope he, jumps out of it, man. I'd like to see the Blackhawks return to glory. You know what I mean? How long do you think it will take the Hawks to be playoff contenders? I think we still got another 2-3 years. Some people thought after seeing Bedard, what he did the first year, that it would be a 3-year. I'm thinking 4 to 5. And that's actually what they said about the Bears. They said the Bears would be a 5-year rebuild. I think we got a little excited, got a little ahead of ourselves, get a little out there in front of our skis. But at the end of the day, it was supposed to be a 5-year rebuild. I expect the same with the Blackhawks. Oh, good. I like to hear what Skip has to say. He says the entire Hawks situation sucks, and he's a big fan of the Hawks. I'm going to take my Festivus cap off really quick here. Bedard needs some help. I agree, brother. Hope you guys enjoyed the hat. About ready to put the other hat back on. I did that for you guys, man. I wanted to bring this hat out so many times around the holidays, and I kept forgetting to grab it. I'm actually doing this podcast in my garage. It's pretty cold here. It's a little nipply. It's like 40, 48 degrees outside. So at least I'm not getting rained on, Could be worse. Time to rally. Are you still excited to attend games despite the team struggle, Skip? And anybody else out there that's that's a Blackhawks fan? What would make you tune in more consistently in 2025? What's one thing that they could do that would make you tune in more consistently in 2025? But Bedard needs some help. That's basically what he's probably saying. Yep. Okay. Let me get some rapid fire questions out there, okay, guys? Got some rapid fire questions. Stay with us. This is a quick rapid fire. Which Chicago team will break through first in 2025? Will it be the Bears? Will it be the Cubs? Will it be the Blackhawks? Will it be the Sox? Who will it be? Will it be the Bulls? Skip Johnson said win. I think it's going to be the Bears. I think they're going to have the first breakthrough. They got the least amount of games to play, better chances of them breaking through. I think they got good quality talent. They just need more on the both trenches. That's where I'm at with it. Should any Chicago owner sell their team? If so, who? I think all of them should. I think every single Chicago owner should sell their team right now. Change my mind. Is there one good Chicago owner out there? I don't think so. And I'm not a hater either. I'm just being real. Skip said flip a coin. Skip, it still shows there's more people out in the chat, but I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate you being live out there. I don't see any more. Maybe there's some in Facebook land that we're not quite seeing. But anyways, I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you for sure. Last night was lit, man. We had a lot of people. We had almost 200 in the chat. We had over 500 views by the time I woke up. It was a really good show. This one is a little different because we're covering all of Chicago sports, and I figured that there'd be a drop-off, but it needs to be addressed because this is a year of review in 2024. At the very end, I do this every year. You guys could look back at the tapes, man. So, anyways, Bears, but if betting, none. Cheryl says, don't ever stop believing. Cheryl's been around for a long time. I appreciate you, Cheryl. She is a diehard fan and a hard-ass freaking worker. For sure. She does all our birthdays. She knows everybody's birthdays on Facebook for Chicago Sports Podcast. She does dinners. She does it all, baby. She's awesome. She welcomes everybody that comes in. We haven't done that in a while, Cheryl. We haven't welcomed the newcomers, but I haven't set up a post for that. We need to do that. Cheryl's been with me since day one. we had founders where it was just a few of us, right, Cheryl? It was like maybe like 4 of us or something. And now we've grown into over 5,000 across, the Chicago Sports Podcast Facebook. We got several thousand on X app. We've got approaching 1,000 in Instagram. We've got freaking TikTok, all of it, man. It's amazing. It's great. And, YouTube, we've got well over quite a bit in YouTube for sure. Quite a bit for sure. Thousands. So, what's your favorite Chicago sports moment of all time, guys? Let's go out in a bang. Let's go out with some good vibes. Don't ever stop believing, like Cheryl said. What is your favorite Chicago sports moment of all times? Mine is Jordan, man. I just love Jordan. I know the Bears, man. I love the Bears, and it's so good. And what they've done when the times were great, they were magnificent, man. But Jordan, there was something. He was like poetry with a basketball, man. Unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful game, man. So great. Transcending forever. Anybody that tries to step up to that, priceless, But what about you? What's your favorite Chicago sports moment? Louis Claudio, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you, Louis. Thank you for checking the show out, man. Appreciate you being a part of it. Thank you, Louis, for checking in. Debbie Tuttle, bear down, baby. Debbie, were you in Facebook land? Were you trying to get in over here? Were you trying to comment? Lewis said 2016 World Series. Oh, I like that. That's good. That's hard to beat. That's a 100-year drought. That's a good one. Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. Yep. You guys almost changed my mind, man. But, man, that Jordan, dude. 6 of them, Cheryl said 2016 Chicago Cubs World Series. That's awesome. Hey, guys. Tight end Brock Bowers just broke Mike Ditka's rookie record as a tight end. Shout out to Brock Bowers, man. Can you believe that? That long it's been? Shout out to Ditka for holding on to that record that long. Wow. Richard Schaefer says 85 Super Bowl with the fridge carried Walter Payton across the end zone. Yes, I am now. Oh, okay. Was there a lot of people over there in Facebook land, Cheryl? I'm wondering. I see a lot of people across all the platforms. I'm just not seeing a lot of people in Facebook chat. Okay. Who's a favorite Chicago sports legend, past or present? Let's get both. Who's your favorite past Chicago sports player, and who's your present favorite Chicago sports player? Shout out to Mike Ditka, Debbie Tuttle, the forever Honey Bear cheerleader. She says, love you, Coach Mike Ditka. Please pray for him, man. He's going through some health issues. So is Debbie Tuttle, too. She's been there for everybody, been there for Mongo. She's there for Ditka now. Please be with Ditka. Yes, Walter Payton, favorite. Mine's Mongo. Walter's a close second for sure as far as Bears go. For sure. Cole Kmet's her favorite right now. Mine's Caleb. Bobby Hole. Bobby Hole. Richard says Peyton and Williams. I agree. We agree. I got to say Mongo, though, man. It's transcending into a different whole thing with him right now as a player and what he's battling through. Amazing. He doesn't give up, man. He's living with everything he's got. If you could have dinner with one current Chicago athlete, who would it be and why? Urlacher is my second favorite because I put sweetness and I put Mongo in the same, it's like 1-1 or 1A, 1B. And then I put Urlacher up there, as you guys can see. That's his jersey behind me, signed autograph. Had him on the show about a month ago. Cheryl says Ernie Banks is her favorite. Debbie says Tim Reitman. Who would it be and why? Why would you want to go to dinner with these people? Why? What is it? What is it about them? I already know Debbie's answer for Tim Reitman. She thinks he's handsome. Richard said he wants to go to dinner with the Honey Bears if he gets them back. Hey, you could still go to dinner with the Honey Bears. I'll see if Debbie if I could get you her email or something. You can go to dinner with her. She wouldn't mind having a bite. She's awesome. Love you, Debbie. Here's my closing thoughts to you guys, man. Chicago sports had a tough 2024, right? We're still here standing after all these years, but we're a city built on resilience. What's your one bold prediction for Chicago sports in 2025? Give me one bold prediction, guys. One bold prediction, good or bad. Trapakeepa, what's up? Trapakeepa in the building. Hey, man, thanks for joining the show yesterday, last night, and today, Trapakeepa. I appreciate you for sure. The Hawk, my grandmother and I grew up watching him, highly underrated. Yes, the Hawk. I supposed to be doing something with him soon at the casino, Lewis. Make sure you check out our Facebook group, Chicago Sports Podcast. We'll be up at Wind Creek Casino doing Bears games with Jim Miller and a lot of other Chicago Bears players. And then also we'll be doing Cubs, Sox, Blackhawks, Bulls, all of them, you name it. We'll be up there doing it, man. So, yeah, check it out, man. Skip Johnson, he's going out on a limb and saying more losing. All city champions. Bears get an alpha on the team. I love it. Whether it be a coach or a player, right? Trapakeepa. Debbie's going to be positive. A 2025 will be better change and improvement. I like it. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Keep the coffee hot. Keep the faith alive, and keep cheering for Chicago. See you next time. Chi-Town up, bear down. Love you guys.